At an age when most kids worry about homework, she was worrying about rent. At 13, Zendaya wasn't just acting on television. She was becoming the primary income for her entire family. No one warned her what that role reversal would actually cost, because years later, she'd have to relive every piece of that lost childhood, on camera, in front of the whole world. Zendaya Marie Stormer Coleman was born September 1, 1996, in Oakland, California, to two schoolteachers, Claire and Kazembe. They were not wealthy. They were living paycheck to paycheck, doing whatever it took to keep the family afloat. Her mother took a job stage, managing at the California Shakespeare Theater to supplement their income. Zendaya practically grew up inside that theater, watching Richard III as a small child, absorbing performance before she ever understood what it meant. Nobody in that theater imagined the little girl in the wings would soon be the one supporting them all. At 13, everything changed. Disney Channel cast her as Rocky Blue in Shake It Up. Almost overnight, a 13-year-old girl became the primary earner for her entire household. "I felt like I was thrust into a very adult position," she later admitted. "I was becoming the breadwinner of my family very early, and there was a lot of role reversal happening." While other kids her age worried about homework and friend groups, Zendaya was carrying financial weight most adults never have to face. A child holding up a household on a Disney Channel paycheck. The cost was invisible at first, then it wasn't. She never went to a real high school, never had a locker, a homeroom, an ordinary Tuesday. "I wish I went to school," she confessed years later, reflecting on everything she'd skipped by stepping straight into adult responsibility as a child. "I never really had an opportunity to just try stuff," she said. "No space to fail privately, to be awkward, to figure herself out the normal way." She was becoming grown before she'd ever gotten to be young. For years, the world only knew one version of her: polished, safe, endlessly likable. The Disney version, carefully controlled. Never too much of anything. She anchored Shake It Up, then KC Undercover, playing characters built for 8-year-old fans and their approving parents. But underneath the wholesome image was a young woman quietly outgrowing every inch of it, carrying anxiety, exhaustion, and a childhood she never fully got to have, all hidden behind a camera-ready smile the world assumed was effortless. She needed somewhere to put all of it. She just hadn't found the role yet. In 2019, she found it, and it terrified her. HBO's Euphoria cast her as Rue Bennett, a high school junior battling addiction, grief, and emotional collapse after a failed stint in rehab. This wasn't Disney Channel. This was raw, unfiltered, unforgiving. "I don't think any of my 8-year-old fans know this show exists," she said. "If they do, I don't think their parents will let them watch it." It was the single biggest risk of her career, walking away from the wholesome image that had made her famous and stepping into a character built entirely from darkness she'd spent years avoiding on screen. Playing Rue demanded something Zendaya had never had to give before. "I was scared to tackle it because I didn't want to see Rue like that or have to go through that," she admitted about one particularly difficult episode. "Your body is a person. It doesn't know that what you're doing is not real." For the first time in her career, she couldn't hide behind polish or control. She had to physically, emotionally live inside collapse, addiction, and despair, night after night, take after take. There was nowhere left to perform from a safe distance. Something happened while she played Rue that she hadn't expected. Filming a character falling apart forced Zendaya to confront the childhood she never fully had, the anxiety she'd carried silently since 13. The tension she said she still holds from being thrust into a very adult position too soon. "I feel like I shrink," she admitted, "because I'm very tense." She described going through her angsty teenager phase as an adult because she never got the chance to have it as a kid. Rue's breakdown became, in some way, her own delayed one. The performance became one of the defining television roles of her generation. In 2020, at just 24 years old, Zendaya won the Primetime Emmy for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, becoming the youngest person in history to win in that category. She won it again in 2022. The girl who once carried her family's finances at 13, who never went to high school, who spent her entire adolescence holding everything together, had just been globally celebrated for playing someone who couldn't hold anything together at all. The irony was not lost on her. Today, Zendaya stands among the most powerful actors alive: Dune, Spider-Man, Challengers. Magazine covers on both sides of the Atlantic in the same month, a feat almost no one else has achieved. But underneath every award, every red carpet, every box office record, is still that little girl who once stood in the wings of a California theater, who became her family's breadwinner before she understood what the word meant, who never got to try things, fail quietly, or simply be young. Once she carried her family, now she carries entire franchises. If this story moved you, share it. Subscribe to The Forge Files.